Mulligan's Island, Scene 11, Take 2. Hello friends, and welcome back to Mulligan's Island. Happy 4th of July. I'm Dunsey.
And I'm Gags. After a short vacation week, technical errors, blah blah blah, too complicated, we're back with another edition of Mulligan's Island. Yesterday, July 3rd, lived up to its billing as hot,
Very
extremely hot, sweat for sweat. But we got through it. There was not a lot of breeze, and all I can say is the standings reflect how hot it was for some people, not for all.
Did not do well in the heat.
So, Mike, take it away. Go ahead and let us know what we got.
So Floria and Mundros, they won 25-15 like they always do. Way out in front now, 30 points ahead of second place. And we are halfway through the year.
30 points up.
30 points up.
Major collapse is needed. Come on, boys.
Bonder Sarabian, who beat us 27-13, moved up into second place. Birchler Kapler also won 27-13, and they are in third place. Gags and Horton dropped down to fourth.
Who was in second, Mike?
You were.
Yeah.
So you're at fourth. Dozier Morano now up into fifth. Remember they floated around in 17th place all year last year? Yeah, they're in fifth.
Good job, boys.
Brunken Miller got beat, but they're holding on in sixth. Baldwin Hill in seventh. Waite and Ward in eighth. Bartnicki Dunn dropped from fifth to ninth. And JVH and Warren Musson now in the top 10.
Way to go, boys. That was a previous Golf Knocks team, so
It was.
evidently the not being on video every week is treating them pretty well.
And of course, the bottom of the barrel remains the same. Bats and Lynn in 20th, Joy and Keskis in 21st, and Bears and Stuckel 21 points out of 21st in last place still.
Well, they're furthest from first, Mike.
Furthest from
last
first.
place sounds a little rough, but like you said, we're to the halfway point.
That's right. Now, if they can get that far behind in 10 weeks, maybe they can get that far ahead in 10 weeks.
Right.
We'll see what happens.
All right.
So we had typically not so low scores on the lakes as usual, but we did have 5 people who were 40 or better. That was led by, as always, Mike Florio with his 38. Nice score. Jason Wergo, a sub, Jake Wergo, and Jellenwood each shot 39. And Waite and Ward shot their 40, like always.
Yeah,
but that's the only 5 that were 40 and better on the lakes.
Lakes took its toll on us for sure.
Now, low net, Pat O'Neill comes through, as he does every year, with a nice low net somewhere along the line. He had a low net of 33. Jake Wergow had a low net of 34.
Sub.
And John Birchler,
Johnny!
low net of 35. We also had...
Mike, can I stop you right there? Was the stock market closed yesterday afternoon?
I don't think so.
It was in the afternoon.
It was? Okay.
So the 2 Edward Jones boys decided to
Team up.
and beat the nonsense out of us.
Yeah. That's, your stock is falling.
Yeah.
So we also had 4 new subs yesterday who have never
Super sub day.
played in the league.
No.
Cliff
Welcome.
Bracey, Ryan Moorfield, Danny McDonald, and Ian Waldo. And all of them shot net 35s because being the first week, that's what they shoot is net par. So if you're ever playing a brand new sub, you got to shoot better than net par if you're going to win. As I found out yesterday, Ian Waldo beat my butt.
After a week off, we do want to recap some scores that turned out pretty well. Mike was gone on his golf bender. We went to the Doug Ellenwood Golf Outing, which I remind you, if you want in, contact Doug. Wonderful time up in Mount Pleasant.
Yep.
But let's go back and, Mike, just recap a few things that happened that
Just a
we
few
missed.
things from last week that we never got to give you the information. Jim Scheibel had another grandson. So that was 2 weeks in a row.
What do you guys think?
Nicholas James Jr., 2 grandsons in 2 weeks. Congratulations,
Good job.
Grandpa. And also we want to mention, because we didn't do a vlog last week, Pete Karras shot a net 24 last week. His handicap was 23. So his net was almost less than his handicap, which is crazy. But by the way, this week, Pete Karras no longer a 23 handicap, he's an 18.
It'll catch up to you.
Also, as we mentioned, we had 4 brand new subs this week.
Fortune John.
And they all shot net par, because that's what happens. Johnny Morano yesterday.
Oh, JMO.
9 5s in a row. The perfectly clean card. 555, 555, 555.
Now, did he play all par 5s or the same hole 5 times, or was this...
I'm not sure.
Oh.
If he played all par 3s, that wasn't a very good score.
No. JMO.
Ryan Riccardi, you didn't pay your sub fee. Make sure you do next time you play. And we want to mention Urus. Urus came and joined us for early golf last week.
Yep, it was good to see Urus out there.
Urus. It was really fun. We had a great time. But Urus, the chip game, when you play with 5 people and you owe 4 people. You only paid 3. You owe Johnny Birchler $1.25. I know you're good for it, but just wanted to remind you.
FYI. Cheap out.
Okay, a man dies and he goes to heaven, and he always looked at his life as if he had a great life and did everything correct. So as he's standing at the gates, he looks in this room and he sees all these clocks. And he asks the guy, what are these clocks? And I mean, a ton of them, 1 million of them. He looks at it and he says, well, the guy says to him, these clocks represent how you were in life on Earth. The slower it moves, the better you were. He looks at one that's not even moving. Whose clock is that? He says, Billy Graham. And he sees another one moving, but barely moving. He says, what about that clock? Mother Teresa. And he says, well, where's my clock? What does my clock look like? He says, well, it's in the office. We use it as a fan.
Nice job. Good job, Warren. You just got to love this next segment. One of my favorites, not all time, but it's time for Hacker of the Week. Who is it, Mike?
Cam Miller.
Hey, see,
Cam
Miller.
Shot a 56 with 11 handicap. Gives him a 45. 10 over par on the lakes. Nice round, Cam. I'm sure your lessons will get you back on track before too long.
Welcome back. Well, unfortunate news. It's time for the beatdown of the week. Take it away, beatdowner.
Yeah, we got beat down. Bonder and Sarabian, which actually was Ian Waldo and Sarabian, they took it to us pretty good, 27-13. We suffered the beatdown of the week, but we weren't the only ones. Boston Poorman, who beat us last week, got beat down by
Payback is
by the Edward Jones boys, Birchler and Wergau,
stock market close.
27-13. So a tie for beatdown of the week.
We always like to keep our subscribers and our viewers informed. This week's dilemma happened to Mike. Hit his ball in a trap, but you weren't the only one in there. What happened, Mike?
I was playing this hole. I hit into the trap, and the guy I was playing against, he hit into the trap too. So we walk up to the trap, and there's 2 balls laying side by side. Said, hey, cart golf, eh? Right? So I said, what ball are you hitting? He says, number 2. I said, well, I'm hitting a 2 also. I said, but mine's got a logo on it. It's got my M on it, so it shouldn't be a problem. We looked down, and all you can see are the 2 numbers. You couldn't tell which ball was which. So the question is, what should I have done? Just hit it and hope they hit the right ball? What do I do?
Well, we'll come back later and we'll research it and have a ruling for you on this week's dilemma.
Thanks.
Time to recap the 2 pools, the Sheeny pool and the Wardo pool. Time to show me the money. Mike?
Where the money comes from. All right, in the Wardo pool, Jake Wergau comes in, subs first time in the year, throws in $5 into the pot, gets a birdie on number 4, $26. Sweet and easy, right?
Right.
Marty Rapson got a birdie on number 5, $26. And Jellenwood, Jeff eagled number 9 for $26 because it's all split evenly. By the way,
Number 9, so he made it on in 2.
2. And there was a $2 administration fee that Mr. Ward took yesterday.
Whoa. Whoa.
It's just
Holiday?
that's what he told me.
Admin fee?
I think it was. I think it was a celebration fee.
You thought we forgot about you, but we're keeping
Happy
track.
4th of July.
Yeah. Enjoy that $2, bucko. The JMO Sheeny pool.
Now, there was some money made yesterday. Pat O'Neill got a skin on number 3,
Got a boy, Pat.
$93.
Big money, big,
Big money.
Good job.
Marty Rapson with his birdie on number 5 got $38. Pat O'Neill came back on number 6.
Uh-oh. Patty.
Got another $19.
Matty Patty.
And we have a $57 carryover going into next week.
Number 1
Each
hole.
hole will be worth $20 starting next week. And don't forget, next week is week number 11.
Sheeny
Johnny
pool.
Morano wants your $30 for the second half. And Ron Fry, for God's sake,
Quit
get
pitching.
in the Sheeny pool.
Don't cheap out. Ron, it's $30. Don't give your money to the big conglomerates known as,
Horton Weight and Ward.
yeah, because they will sponsor you, and
HW
you don't
squared.
get a share. You just knock them down and they pick them up. Let's get to the ruling of the dilemma. As you might remember earlier, Mike hit his ball into the trap, only to be joined by a second golf ball, actually unidentifiable without picking the ball up. But Mike, what is the final ruling on this dilemma?
So he did some investigation, and according to Rule 12-2, what you do is you just announce your intention to identify your ball. You mark it, you very carefully pick up the ball, and I looked, and sure enough, there was my M. I knew it was my ball. Put it back exactly where it came from, picked up my mark, and I took my wedge, popped it out, 6 inches from the pin. Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
This brings us to our cute moment of the week. The Daves have matching shirts.
We talked about this before, and now we have proof.
So enjoy this next clip.
Aren't they cute?
That was so special.
Oh, so
Nice job.
nice.
Nice job. Well, we hope you enjoyed our show today. And we want to urge you to subscribe to the Golf Group 2019. Not very hard. Just search it and enjoy it, share it, and take a peek at previous
Yeah, you can get them all.
Mulligan's Island.
Look
They're
at
all
all
there.
of them.
Once you subscribe, you'll get a notice when the new one shows up. So until next week, I'm Gags.
And I'm Dunsey. And don't forget to mark your ball so you don't have the problem in the sand trap.
Yep, tip of the week. Stay tuned for more Mulligan's Island.
Good night, John Felino.
And get well and hurry back, Jack Kuchar.